Mindful meditation is a form of meditation that differs from others, in that the objective is to not completely empty your mind. Rather, the aim in this case is to allow your thoughts to occur, but just not to let them affect you. You are to become emotionally detached from your thoughts, and instead to simply observe them like clouds. But mindfulness is not just a form of meditation. It's also a whole approach to life. Mindfulness simply means being mindful of your thoughts, knowing what the contents of your own head are, noticing how you react to different things that happen, and how you could be happier by thinking differently. You can therefore be mindful all the time, and a perfect example might be while taking a walk. Instead of having your head in the clouds worrying about things, or just staring blankly forward, be mindful and take the time to appreciate your surroundings and enjoy the beauty of your view, or the way you feel right now. Eventually, with practice, you can become more mindful and more present no matter what you are doing, instead of feeling overwhelmed or busy. 3 powerful breathing techniques to improve your mindset. Your breath is more closely linked to your mental state than you may at first realize. This is something that most of us know on some level. After all, when you panic, the first thing you tend to do is begin hyperventilating, which can lead to fainting in extreme circumstances. But did you know that this link works 2 ways? That is to say that your breathing will also affect your mental state, allowing you to effectively take control over it and decide precisely what kind of mood you want to be in. There are 3 powerful examples that we're going to share in this presentation, so keep listening. Belly breathing. Belly breathing is essentially a more correct and natural way to breathe that can help to improve your mood and health consistently throughout the day. We are meant to breathe through our stomachs, but most of us breathe through our chests, partly as a result of spending large amounts of time sitting and compressing the torso. To remedy this, first relax the stomach to allow the diaphragm to drop into the abdominal cavity. This should naturally fill the lungs, which you will continue from bottom to top until your chest is full too. Now exhale and repeat. Try and practice this as often as possible, but certainly at least when you are meditating. Box breathing. Box breathing is a breathing technique you can use to put yourself in a state of calm, which involves breathing in for 4 seconds, holding your breath for 4 seconds, breathing out for 4 seconds, and then holding your breath for a further 4 seconds before starting again. This form of breathing can help to overcome stress and help you to keep calm in a stressful situation. It has been used by elite special forces to help them stay calm in war zones. Wim Hof. The Wim Hof method is a form of meditation used by the Iceman Wim Hof, who is famous for being able to endure cold temperatures. It works by stimulating the release of adrenaline and saturating the blood with oxygen. You do this by taking 30 fast inhalations and exhalations, and follow a routine of breath holds and slow releases at the end. It's worth checking out the instructions from the man himself, but over time, this can give you a powerful control over your own nervous system. 3 types of meditation that anyone can start easily. There are countless different forms of meditation, each of which has different benefits and effects on your mental state and your health. Choosing which of these types of meditation is right for you is one of the most important decisions you will make when it comes to ensuring you can get the most out of the practice and reap the full benefits. Keep listening, and we'll go over 3 types of meditation that will lend themselves perfectly to those just starting out. Mindfulness. Let's start with one of the most popular forms of meditation currently, mindfulness. In mindfulness meditation, the objective is to be more mindful of your own thoughts, simply to better understand what you are thinking and how that's affecting your mood and your well-being. Eventually, mindfulness meditation will allow you to be more aware of your own thoughts and feelings at any given time, effectively turning any activity into a kind of meditation. Gazing meditation. Gazing meditation is a kind of meditation that involves, you guessed it, gazing. Here, you will gaze at a specific object in space, with good candidates being a running river or a flickering candle. This can serve as a powerful aid for those who are new to meditation. Another option for gazing meditation is to try utilizing wide-angle vision. This means using your peripheral vision in order to take a broader view of your environment. That in turn helps to calm anxieties, seeing as tunnel vision is associated with stress and the fight or flight response. It also helps to remove any focus, thereby making it easier to empty the mind. Nada meditation. Nada meditation is a form of meditation that involves listening to sounds. This could mean listening to a specific sound. Once again, a river is a popular choice, as is a crackling fire. Or once more, it could mean listening to all the sounds at once, attempting to take in as many sounds as possible. It's funny when you stop and listen just how many things you can hear that normally would pass over you unnoticed due to your laser focus. Finally, you can use Nada meditation by listening to music and losing yourself in it. This is a strategy that many people feel more comfortable with, and that can be very enjoyable. Pick a classical piece of music or something else without words. Four ways keeping a journal will make your life easier. Meditation can be described as a form of metacognition. What this means simply is that you are thinking about thinking. In this case, you are trying to remove any distracting or negative thoughts from your mind, and instead to focus on your breathing, your muscles, your environment, or even just nothing. But this is just one form of metacognition. Another is journal writing, and in this report, we'll see how this can help you be happier and calmer. It helps you notice patterns. Don't just write about what happened during the day, write about how that made you feel or what you were thinking about at the time. Doing this will help you to better understand yourself and the kinds of things you actually think on any given day. In turn, this will enable you to spot patterns in your behavior and learn to make yourself feel better when you next feel low. It lets you see the bigger picture. It's very easy to get caught up in the here and now and to forget the long-term vision of what you want to accomplish or how your year has played out. When you read over a diary or journal, you can relive older days you might have forgotten and get a much more accurate picture for what your days look like and where you're at in your life right now. Catharsis. Writing a journal is a little like having your own private therapist. Catharsis, the act of venting your anger or emotion by punching a bag or throwing something, has been demonstrated to be ineffective at helping to improve mood. It actually makes it worse. But that doesn't mean there isn't benefit to getting things off your chest by talking them through. So write your feelings, and that way you can close the book on them and start the next day afresh. It's ideal before bed. Writing a journal at the end of your day is a great way to think back on everything that has happened and put it in perspective. Moreover, it's a great way to calm your brain down by focusing on something and turning off screens. In a way, you can think of this as a form of meditation that might actually help you to wind down for the night and to switch off from your troubles. Give it a go and see how you feel after a few weeks. 4 ways to feel calmer instantly. It's increasingly common to deal with anxiety and stress on a regular basis, and this is something that can not only be extremely unpleasant, but even unhealthy. In fact, feeling stressed and anxious can impact detrimentally on nearly every aspect of your life. Fortunately, there are some very effective strategies available when it comes to managing that stress. And in this presentation, we're going to explore 4 of those that can provide you with an instant sense of calm. 1. Box breathing. Box breathing is a technique that is used by Special Forces operatives and others to try to stay calm under pressure. It works by using the breathe-in order to stimulate the vagus nerve. Box breathing is so called because it describes the 4 corners of a box, which are represented with breaths. You breathe in for the count of 4, hold your breath for 4, breathe out for 4, then hold your breath for another 4 seconds. The result is an instant sense of calm, and you can stop anxiety in its tracks. 2. Go for a walk. Walking is a great way to calm yourself down almost instantly, and it can also be effective at stimulating creativity. Walking allows us to concentrate on something low level, which can allow the activation of the default mode network in the brain. Moreover, if you walk somewhere scenic, then the attractive view can also have a similar effect. 3. Spending time with friends. When you feel very stressed, you may find that the last thing you want to do is socialize. Despite that feeling, though, you should do whatever you can in order to get out of your comfort zone and spend some time with friends. Not only is socializing a great distraction from whatever is upsetting you, but it's also perfect for triggering the release of endorphins and feel-good hormones. 4. Analyze your thoughts. Finally, consider one more option: to actually assess the contents of your thoughts and decide if there really is a reason to worry. This is the concept behind cognitive behavioral therapy and mindfulness, to understand the contents of your thoughts so that you can ignore the things that aren't really worth worrying about. Ask yourself, is the thing you're scared of really that likely to happen? Are there things you can do to prevent it? Would it be really that bad if it did? 4 ways to get started with meditation today. So, you've decided. Today is the day. You've been thinking about trying meditation for a while now, but you're finally going to take the plunge and do it. Allow me to be the first to congratulate you. It's a great decision that will unquestionably make your life better in a myriad of ways. But how to begin? This is the question that so many people struggle with, and that so many people are unsure of. In this post, we'll explore the answer and see just how you can begin with meditation right away. 1. Use a guided meditation. One option is to try using a guided meditation. That means you'll be listening to a script that will talk you through the process. This will let you know where you should be focusing your attention and how you should be breathing, etc. While meditation can simply involve looking at a candle or listening to your breathing, having someone talk you through the process can make it a lot less daunting and ensure that your first attempt is successful. You'll be able to find plenty of scripts by looking on YouTube. 2. Visit a teacher. Many forms of meditation, such as transcendental meditation, require the help of a teacher to guide you through. Even if you can perform the meditation on your own, though, having guidance from someone who knows what they're doing can often be a useful way to improve your success. If you want to start today, then try asking a friend who already meditates, or perhaps seeing if you can find a nearby yoga class. 3. Try a breath awareness meditation. If you're going to try and meditate on your own, however, then a good method is to use breath awareness meditation. Here, you will be focusing on your breathing and simply counting breaths in and out. That alone can be enough to help you focus your mind, and it's a very simple method to get started with. 4. Try a progressive relaxation. Finally, another form of meditation that is very easy to try out on your own is progressive relaxation or body scan meditation. Here, you focus on each muscle and then consciously relax it to release all tension. Start with the forehead, releasing any tension in your brow. Then move on to your ears, jaw, neck, shoulders, chest, and so on until you reach your feet. 5 reasons to try mindfulness meditation right now. If you've heard anything about meditation lately, then it's probably in the context of mindfulness meditation. This is currently a hot topic in self-development crowds and has quickly risen to prominence owing to its simplicity and effectiveness. Mindfulness meditation basically involves not trying to empty your thoughts, but instead simply assess them in a disengaged and dispassionate manner. In this presentation, we'll be looking at 5 reasons that this is a very good thing. 1. It provides a sense of calm. Meditation of any kind gives you an instant sense of calm that can help you feel much better and much more relaxed in an instant. Meditation has been shown to create theta and alpha waves in the brain, which are linked to calmness and restfulness. They also aid with creativity. 2. You'll learn about yourself. The other big benefit to meditation is that it helps you to be more in tune with your own thoughts and emotions. Have you ever had a slight feeling of anxiety, but not really known where it's coming from? We've all been there. With mindfulness, though, the idea is that you better understand what is causing that emotion and can therefore remove it. 3. You'll improve your state of mind. A combination of practice calm, along with a better understanding of what riled you in the first place, can eventually lead you to a point where you feel much calmer and happier all the time. You'll become unflappable, and you'll even learn to appreciate the things you already have in life. 4. You can do it anywhere. One really interesting concept is mindfulness washing up. The idea behind this is that you're going to wash the dishes, but while being mindful. In this case, that means focusing purely on the washing up, on the motion of it, and the way it feels. That will drive all distracting and negative thoughts out from your mind, and it will help you to feel calmer and happier as a result. 5. It's easy. Mindfulness meditation is popular among CBT practitioners because it can be taught remotely over email. It's so simple that anyone can use it to improve their mental health and their well-being by following simple instructions. While some forms of meditation are daunting to get stuck into, mindfulness is easy to understand and scientifically tested. There's nothing to be afraid of. 5 ways that stress is destroying your health and happiness. Stress is far more destructive and terrible than you probably realize. In this presentation, we're going to look at 5 ways that stress is actually destroying your health and happiness. It's making you ill. If you seem to get ill all the time, then stress is a very likely culprit. Stress is our body's response to danger, and in preparation for a fight or flight, we redirect blood away from our organs and life systems and toward muscle and brain. The result, though, is that crucial systems like our immune system and digestive system lose out, and that, in turn, means that we become less effective at fending off germs and infections, and less effective at absorbing key nutrients. In the short term, you'll get ill. In the long term, this can even be very serious. It's ruining your enjoyment. When you are stressed, your mind turns instantly to all the things that could go wrong at any moment. This prevents you from properly enjoying the situation you're in and appreciating what you have. You're so focused on what could go wrong that you can't enjoy what's happening right now. It's causing mistakes. That in turn causes you to make mistakes. If you're focused on problems and feeling negative, and you're not focusing 100% on what is actually going on in your life at that given moment, which is why you're underperforming at work and dropping the ball in your private life too. It's hurting your relationships. Not being present and making mistakes is bad enough, but you'll find that stress can even damage your relationships. You'll be arguing more, and your temper will be shorter. You'll find you have less time to see people, and when you do have time, you'll probably just want to stay home and curl into a ball. Oh, and for those of you who are single, being stressed will drastically reduce your likelihood of finding a partner. This is true for all the reasons above, but also because being highly stressed actually makes you look tired and worn. This is not conducive to a successful relationship. It's ruining your sleep. Stress ruins sleep, which is unfortunate, seeing as lack of sleep also causes stress. In other words, you can end up in a vicious cycle from which there is no easy escape, and this will further compound the health effects, the low mood, and the tired looks. How to conquer social anxiety with mindfulness and CBT. Almost all of us have experienced some form of social anxiety at some point in our lives, whether it's on a date, during an interview, speaking with a large group of people at a party, or giving a presentation. We all feel a pressure to perform when surrounded by other people, and this can be suffocating at times, making us more prone to mistakes. For some, though, this problem goes much deeper and can be completely crippling. The good news is that with mindfulness and CBT, it's possible for many people to overcome their social anxiety. Keep listening and we'll see how that works. The idea behind CBT, or cognitive behavioral therapy as it is known, is simple: to change the contents of your thoughts. To do this, you begin with mindfulness meditation. This is a form of meditation that involves listening to your own thoughts. You're not trying to empty your mind, as in some other forms of meditation, but rather just disengage from your thoughts to observe them dispassionately. As well as helping you become calmer, what this also accomplishes is to make you more aware of the nature of your thoughts, and especially those pertaining to your anxieties. In other words, you can find out precisely what your fears are when it comes to speaking in front of people. Are you worried you'll make a mistake? That people will laugh? From here, the next step is cognitive restructuring, assessing the nature of those thoughts and seeing how accurate they are. Are you justified in feeling stressed? For example, how likely is someone to laugh at you if you stutter or make a mistake? Are people really so unkind? And if you take your time before speaking, how likely are you to make a big blunder? Is the topic of conversation really that important anyway? And what does it matter what a stranger thinks of you? This is called thought challenging. The next part of cognitive restructuring is a little harder and is called hypothesis testing. Here, you face your fears and see whether they indeed come to fruition. So that might mean stuttering on purpose or saying controversial. Then note what happens. Do people laugh, throw you out, or nod politely? You can practice this somewhere neutral, that doesn't matter. How about speaking with a shopkeeper, for example, and being a little awkward? Combine this with meditation and relaxation techniques, put in the work, and many cases of anxiety can be thwarted. How to feel calmer anywhere, all day, with mindfulness. Mindful meditation is a form of meditation that differs from others, in that the objective is to not completely empty your mind. Rather, the aim in this case is to allow your thoughts to occur, but just not to let them affect you. You are to become emotionally detached from your thoughts, and instead to simply observe them like clouds. But mindfulness is not just a form of meditation. It's also a whole approach to life. Mindfulness simply means being mindful of your thoughts, knowing what the contents of your own head are, noticing how you react to different things that happen, and how you could be happier by thinking differently. You can therefore be mindful all the time, and a perfect example might be while taking a walk. Instead of having your head in the clouds worrying about things, or just staring blankly forward, be mindful and take the time to appreciate your surroundings and enjoy the beauty of your view, or the way you feel right now. Eventually, with practice, you can become more mindful and more present no matter what you are doing, instead of feeling overwhelmed or busy. Take this one step further, though, and you can turn any activity into a form of meditation. Meditation is simply focus. So, if you are 100% focused on what you are doing, then you are meditating. This is where the notion of mindful washing up comes from. Here, you are being fully mindful while you do the dishes, normally by focusing your attention on them fully. That, in turn, allows you to turn that activity into a meditation. You are washing the bubbles on the plate and feeling the water on your hands. And instead of thinking about anything else, you are simply watching that happen and feeling it. You are 100% present, 100% focused, and your mind is not on your troubles. Not only does this help you to become calmer and more at peace, but it means you can learn skills that will help you to endure even the dullest of tasks. Better yet, it means you can enhance your focus and ability to concentrate on a task. As though all that wasn't enough incentive, the dishes will be sparkling clean. So, whatever your task, remember to think about where your head is at. Then simply choosing to focus on that thing can have profound benefits. How to use mindfulness to get to sleep more quickly. There are many aspects of our modern lives that simply don't help when it comes to our state of mind. One of these is sleep. The problem being that most of us are not getting anywhere near enough of it. If you struggle to get sleep, or don't sleep particularly well once you get there, then that means you're going to face the whole next day feeling anxious and jittery. You'll be running on empty, as it were, and your body will respond with a cascade of stress hormones. Meditation can help with stress, but what you might not realize is that it also helps with sleep. One way it does this is by simply helping you calm your mind. We all know that meditation elicits a state of calm, and practicing getting into this state makes it easier to achieve and maintain in the future. That means you can put aside distracting thoughts and calm your heart rate in order to sleep better. But what you might not have realized is that you can also use mindfulness along with CBT, or cognitive behavioral therapy. This is a psychotherapeutic approach that revolves around identifying problem thoughts and then replacing them with healthy ones. That might mean dismantling an irrational fear, for example. In our case, though, it will mean quieting the mind to help with sleep. You see, the problem many of us face when trying to get to sleep is that we treat it like an urgent mission. We find ourselves thinking things like, I must get to sleep quickly, or I'm going to be so tired in the morning. And doing this causes us to feel stressed. We produce adrenaline and cortisol, and our heart rate increases. Our mind races. As you might imagine, this is not conducive to sleep. So what's the answer? Replace those thoughts. Try this one. Even if I don't get to sleep, just resting is very good for me. I'm comfortable here. I have nothing I need to do now. and I can relax and enjoy thinking about the day. Make this your mission, and you'll find that it's much easier to drift off into a relaxed sleep. Even if you don't, you'll be at least in a calmer mental state, similar to meditation itself. And here's the best bit. Studies show that those who meditate regularly actually need less sleep than those who don't.